The atmosphere in Cleveland feels heavier than ever. The frustration, the tension, the sense of déjà vu, it all hangs over the Browns organization like a storm cloud that just won't pass. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, once heralded as an offensive mastermind, now finds himself cornered by results that keep slipping further from the promise. After another painful loss, his tone was somber and resigned. "You just can't do it on the road versus a good football team," he said. "Before you start winning, you have to stop losing. We're doing some things right now that are preventing us from winning." It was an admission that went deeper than the usual post-game cliché. This was a man acknowledging that the foundation of his offense, the very thing that once defined his coaching identity, was cracking before his eyes. The cracks, of course, start at quarterback. For weeks, fans and analysts have been calling for change, and now it seems even Stefanski can't ignore the writing on the wall. In a stunning moment of honesty, he publicly admitted that Dillon Gabriel simply isn't the answer. The offense has stalled under his leadership, turnovers have multiplied, and momentum has all but vanished. Stefanski confessed that the team's inability to execute plays efficiently and Gabriel's failure to capitalize on his strengths has crippled their chances at victory. It wasn't just about mistakes. It was about the realization that the current system and the player running it are broken beyond repair. The irony, of course, is that everyone remembers the spark that once gave Cleveland hope, the brief, electrifying glimpse of what could be. When Shedeur Sanders took the field against the Panthers, without preparation, without practice reps, and with the odds stacked against him, he played like a man possessed. Calm, confident, and laser-focused, he delivered throw after throw with the precision of a seasoned veteran. He wasn't just managing the offense, he was igniting it. That single performance has become the benchmark for what the Browns' offense could look like, and the haunting reminder of what it currently isn't. Even Stefanski, in his frustration, couldn't deny the reality. He admitted that his offensive strategy had failed, not only exposing the weaknesses of his quarterback, but unraveling the rhythm of the entire team. He described the offense as stuck, unable to move the ball effectively, lacking creativity and execution. What had once been touted as a balanced attack, built on efficiency and timing, had devolved into predictable, sluggish play calling that gave defenses easy reads and quarterbacks no time to adjust. His voice, usually measured and confident, carried the weight of a man realizing that change is no longer optional. And yet, despite his accountability, the spotlight remains squarely on Dillon Gabriel. Once viewed as a potential stabilizer for the Browns' offense, his performances have only confirmed the fears of his critics. His completion rate has barely hovered above 50%, and his inability to extend plays with his legs, a skill that was supposed to define his style, has turned into a liability. Instead of leading drives, he's stalling them. Instead of inspiring confidence, he's draining it. Stefanski admitted that Gabriel's struggles running the ball had set the offense back, leaving the team without an identity or rhythm. It's a devastating statement for a coach who built his reputation on maximizing quarterback efficiency. As Stefanski's patience wears thin, the noise around Shedeur Sanders grows louder by the day. Analysts have started to speak with a kind of certainty that feels prophetic. Garrett Bush, one of Cleveland's most respected voices, didn't mince words. He described the difference between Gabriel and Sanders as night and day. Gabriel, he said, is a serviceable player, nothing more. But Sanders, he's something else entirely. Bush called him a once-in-a-generation talent, a quarterback with the kind of instincts and natural creativity that can't be taught. Some people just don't have that star quality, Bush said. It's a God-given ability. The evidence, he argues, is undeniable. When Gabriel faced the Steelers, a defense ranked 29th in the league, he couldn't capitalize. Under 200 yards passing, no touchdowns. At least one turnover, another sluggish, uninspired 9-point outing. For a team with this much talent, that kind of production is unacceptable. But Bush insisted that if Sanders were under center, the narrative would be entirely different. If Shedeur comes in and throws for 300, he said, they'll put the Browns on TV every week. It would be that impressive. Those words hit hard, not just because of what they imply, but because they reflect what so many fans already believe. Shedeur Sanders might be the spark that could save Cleveland's season. Mary Kay Cabot, another respected voice in Cleveland sports media, has added fuel to that fire. She went public with a bold statement, calling Sanders the best passer in the game right now. Her praise was strikingly specific. She highlighted his accuracy, his composure, and his raw natural talent. She compared his throwing mechanics to Josh Allen, but insisted that Sanders has an intangible quality that sets him apart: confidence. Cabot's message to the Browns was clear: stop waiting and let him lead.
She emphasized that Sanders himself has said he's ready,
and that his self-belief should be all the team needs to take the risk. What makes Sanders' potential rise even more compelling is the way his story aligns with Cleveland's current despair. The Browns are averaging barely 14 points a game, an anemic offense that has turned every Sunday into an uphill battle. The defense, led by Garrett, continues to hold up its end, but the imbalance has grown too obvious to ignore. The fans, the analysts, even the players know it. This team is suffocating under its own mediocrity. Stefanski's once bright reputation as a quarterback developer is being questioned, and now the only way out might be the one move he's been too cautious to make: handing the offense over to Shedeur Sanders. If he does, it won't just be a roster change. It'll be a statement, a message that Cleveland is ready to take a risk, to believe in something new. Sanders' poise, arm strength, and leadership have already impressed teammates in practice. He's been spotted staying late, studying film, working one-on-one with coaches, and quietly preparing for his moment. The excitement around him isn't just hype, it's belief. Belief that maybe, just maybe, the Browns' story doesn't have to end in disappointment again. For now, though, Cleveland stands at a crossroads. Kevin Stefanski's public admission has changed everything. No longer can the struggles be dismissed as growing pains or bad luck. The team's problems are systemic, and the solution may already be standing in the locker room, waiting for his name to be called. If the Browns continue down this path, clinging to a failing system and a faltering quarterback, they risk losing more than just games. They risk losing the trust of their fans and the faith of their players. But if they take the leap, if they trust the moment, the narrative could shift overnight. The Browns could transform from a team defined by frustration into one defined by redemption. Shedeur Sanders could be that catalyst. And in a city that's waited far too long for a hero, that possibility is everything. What do you think, Cleveland fans? Has Kevin Stefanski